Welcome to the last video on memory. So this last video will be about integrating what we have learned so far and applying it practically to our daily lives. Dun sa last part ng chapter, it's basically just talking about how we can enhance memory in our daily life. And tatlong bagay yun, no? Una, prioritize quality sleep. Pangalawa, engage in regular physical activity or exercise. And pangatlo, you have to have the right kind of food that you will eat. Okay, so una, we already know na importante yung sleep when you want to enhance your memory, right? Meron silang 3 things that they found out and how important sleep is. Una, memories that are rehearsed during sleep as well as during waking are more likely to be consolidated and therefore remembered later on. So, during your sleep, as we also learned during our consciousness na chapter, this is when your information from your short-term memory gets consolidated to your long-term memory. Siguro this is also why they say that you shouldn't fall asleep fighting kasi you will be consolidating that into your long-term memory. And this is really helpful if you want to strengthen the neural connections in your brain if you want to learn and recall something the next day. So, importante na magkaroon kayo ng enough hours of sleep before an exam. Okay? Have you ever tried that technique or parang yung ginagawa nyo na matutulog kayo tapos lalagyan nyo ng earphones yung tenga nyo para matuto kayo sa alam nyo, nagre-replay back yung information na you're trying to learn the next day para kasi may exam kayo. It turns out that yung mistake was not in trying to learn while asleep. It's actually in trying to learn something new while asleep. So, pwede nyong gawin yon to a certain degree pagka yung information that you're trying to enhance is information that you've already learned. Parang sinistrengthen nyo na lang yon. There was actually a study, interestingly, doon sa book na in-explain, no? The participants in one study learned how to play 2 previously unfamiliar tunes. So, unfamiliar yon. They were allowed to take a nap, 90-minute nap. So, unfamiliar muna, no? Ni-learn nila yon, tapos pinanap sila. During the nap, yung 90-minute nap na yon, ang ginawa ng researchers, they presented one of the tunes that they had practiced during slow wave sleep. So, may dalawang unfamiliar tunes. Yung isang tune, yun yung pinlay ng researchers while they were sleeping, particularly during slow wave sleep. And true enough, interestingly, yung tune that they presented during sleep was remembered significantly better than the one that was not presented. So, merong possibility, no, by Anthony et al. 2012, possibility of, strengthening or consolidating that information during sleep pagka old information na something that you've already learned. So that's one, prioritize sleep kasi we also know that sleep deprivation interferes with the functioning of the hippocampus, which is a part of your brain that is vital for new memories. Pangalawa, engage in regular physical exercise. This is very important. There was one study actually, they had a huge study of about 50 to 85-year-olds and then nagpakita sila ng mga pleasant images dun sa mga respondents ay sa mga participants na yon. Nakitaan sila ng mga pleasant images. And then after a while, yung half ng participants, pin-exercise nila ng about 6 minutes sa exercise bicycle. Okay? Tapos, excuse me, an hour later, tinawagan nila lahat ng participants. And they found out na yung mga nag-exercise after showing the pleasant image, they were able to recall it, better compared to those who did not exercise. Ang possible explanation for that is yung improved memory is because of the extra norepinephrine or noradrenaline released during exercise. And we all know that norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter that plays a strong role in the formation of memories. So, it's very important that you also exercise. Okay? And number 3, yung diet. Okay? Fish is really good for your brain. No, because it has DHA or yung docosahexaenoic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid. It's a major structural component of brain cell membranes. So yung mga neurons nyo, meron sila mga membrane, and part of it is itong DHA. Okay, so really good for your memory ang fish. Kaya kaya ng fish. So just a summary of what we've talked about during this series of videos about memory. Yan, hindi nyo nakita. Matatakpan ko na naman. It's a complex system. The memory is a complex system which operates through distinct stages. May sensory, short-term, and then yung under ng short-term, yung working memory. We had a metaphor about the short-term being a desk and yung working memory nyo being the files. And then your cabinet will be your long-term memory. Diba? It's a complex system with unique characteristics and capacities. It's also a dynamic system. Okay? Ibig sabihin, active siya. And it's constructed. No? It's reconstructed. And it's not infallible. Ibig sabihin, pwede siyang magkamali. No? So, check your bias. Kasi minsan, you say, oh, ito yung naalala ko. Pero, that doesn't necessarily mean na if yan yung naalala mo, yan yung totoong nangyari. Okay? We also talked about some of the neurological roots, yung psychobiological perspective of memory. Specific brain regions are vital for memory processes. Diba? Pinag-usapan natin yung cerebellum, amygdala, hippocampus, and the specific kinds of memories that are formed in those areas. And last, pinag-usapan natin yung enhancement strategies. Like for example, sleep, exercise, and diet. Pinag-usapan natin just a while ago. So just a key takeaway, and just, you know how I like ending my lectures with a quote. It says here, sabi ni Dennis Wheatley, a good life is a collection of happy memories. So collect a lot of happy memories para meron kayong good life. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I'll see you again in the next series of videos. Thank you so much.